men have to pay for the date because by the time the woman gets to the date, they're in debt. Okay, hear me out. So this is like a real story, okay? Because I'm in the beauty industry and I had a client. This is like 2-3 years ago or something. So my client, well, I guess she was talking to this guy and he's like, "Oh, get ready, we're gonna go out to eat." So she booked the appointment. The appointment, it's $100, maybe 120, right? And she obviously wants to look good for the guy. And then, I mean, maybe she went and got her nails done or something else. Maybe she also got waxed, like on top of her only just paying for this one specific appointment. Okay, so then she texts the guy, or I guess as she's coming into the appointment, she's like, "Girl, I have a date, but I'm about to cancel." And I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Because she wants to take me to Olive Garden." And I'm like, "Olive Garden?" And I guess it was like maybe the first or second time. I can't really recall. I love you. If you're listening to this, I love you. But I can't really recall like how maybe it was like one or twice, like the first time and the second time they were meeting. And she's like, my because I do lashes, like my lashes are about to cost more money than what the freaking date is. She's like, I want to even cancel this appointment. She's like, I don't want to pay. Like, I'm like, I feel you. So honestly, I was watching this Netflix comedy show. I think the guy is something Hernandez, Marcelo Hernandez, and he made this joke about that like by the time the woman gets to the date, they're in debt. And I'm like, honestly, you're not wrong because we have to wax, we have to get our nails done, we have to maybe get our hair done, or maybe get a blowout, get our lashes done. Just do all of these things so we can look presentable, because if we don't, like, let's be honest, like everything's based on looks. And if you don't look good, obviously the guy's gonna be like, I don't want to date this girl. So, and then also on top of that, you guys want to split the date? Like, make it make sense, babe. Like, you're using the same soap that you're washing your ass to wash your hair. Like, you know.
I've seen broke dudes. They ask a girl on a date. He still has to pay for the date. Like, girls still expect
Well, why
him
is
to
he
date.
asking her on a date where they have to spend money? There's free dates, like you guys could go to the park, you guys
Because
could,
a lot of
go to
girls
the
have
beach.
these high standards. Like, you have to take me out onto
Well,
nice
then I feel
restaurant,
men
or
should
like,
have more respect for themselves, not to go for a woman who just wants materialistic things.
if they don't, then their options are very highly dwindled.
Like, what is going on with men? Like, men don't put money to the side to take girls. Single men don't put money to the side for girls no more. You gotta charge that shit to the fucking game.
Men really think because they bought you lunch that that's tricky.
You can't make this shit up, people.
What? These men don't want to court you. They don't want to take you out on dates. Then they say that you're using them for their money.
Man, shut the fuck up!
Because they spent a little funky $15 on lunch for you one day.
Yeah, this shit crazy, bro. You saw this shit?
One time. How am I using you for your money that you don't fucking have? Bum.
Hey! Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit, man. Man, shut your bitch ass up.
Nearly half of single Americans, 47%, now say dating is no longer financially worth it. That number isn't a complaint. It's a verdict. It arrived after years of men absorbing the full financial weight of a dating infrastructure that rewarded performance with inconsistency and investment with diminishing returns. The financially celibate movement isn't a niche Reddit ideology. It's what happens when enough men look at the balance sheet and decline to keep funding a business losing money every quarter.
If he asks me on a date and I am expecting to not pay, but he, at the end of the day, the bill comes and he's like, "Do you want to split it?" Then that man is a friend. That man is not a date.
There you go.
I am not fucking that man.
So maybe, men, you should do this. If you have a date and you're like, she's not for me, then do that. Then feel better about it.
And then you know that they know.
If you like her and you thought she was great company, buy her dinner. If you're like, she's nice, but she's not going to just say,
do you think that
they do that?
Do you think that they should say it on the date, being like,
why not?
at the end of the date, being like, "Hey, this is fun, but I actually just like you as a friend. Do you want to split the bill?" Do you think that they should do that?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh my god, I don't know if I would have. I would be like, "This guy's a fucking dick. He couldn't even buy me dinner."
I mean, he's a
I
dick.
was gonna suck his dick after this, but now I'm not.
Wow.
You never know.
So, question for the guys. This is a question for the guys that would split a bill on a first date, or just in general. At what point did you realize that you were gay? I mean, it just screams feminine energy or broke as a joke. I don't know. But yeah, let me know in the comments.
The specific mechanics matter here. 71% of men still expect to pay for everything on early dates, while 52% of women expect to split the bill. Two incompatible financial assumptions sharing the same table. The man paid the full bill for decades because the social contract suggested the investment would be returned in a different currency. Commitment, loyalty, domestic partnership, a family. That contract has been renegotiated publicly, repeatedly, and aggressively. The investment logic that justified the spending no longer holds. Financially celibate men aren't cheap. They're just reading the updated contract and declining to sign.
I will look you straight in the eye and I will die on this hill. If he doesn't pay for you on that date, he doesn't care enough. He might be a nice guy, he might be a sweet guy, he might be dead on, he might be a cool friend, but he's not a provider. And if he's not a provider, he's probably not going to give you the safety and protection that you need. Men might lie about a lot. In fact, men do lie about a lot. Even men will tell you that men lie about a lot. I love men, but men lie about a lot. But you want to know two things that are important to them? Their time and their money. They are resources that they won't just give away willy-nilly. If a man gives you his time and his money, it's intentional. There's an intention behind why he's giving you his time and his money. And I'm not saying the intention's always good, by the way. It might not be. I'm not saying if he pays for you and if he gives you his time, then he's a keeper. I'm saying if he doesn't, he's definitely not, in my opinion, a keeper. Because if he doesn't have the provider mindset. And without the provider mindset, you're going to have problems. This is polarizing, but it's not actually about money. The woman could be wealthier than him. The woman could make more than him. The woman could have more than enough money to pay for herself. It's about the mindset. It's about what the money represents. It's about what the provision represents. So time, money, energy, resources. If he's investing those resources in you, if he's willing to take important resources to him and invest them into you, or if he's not willing to take those resources and invest them, then what else is he not going to want to invest? If he's willing to sacrifice things that are important to him, then he's going to be more willing to sacrifice for you in the future. If he finishes that meal and he looks at you and he asks you to go 50, he is not going to provide for you in way more ways than money. It's a mindset. It's a provider mindset. It's on me to provide this. If that's not on him to provide that, then it's not on him to provide your safety. It's not on him to provide your protection. It's not on him to provide the rock or the way of smash off when it all gets emotional. It's about emotional provision. It's about support, time, energy, commitment, all of the things that the provider mindset brings. And then he says, well, I don't have much money. That's not fair. There's a lot of things that men don't need in life and they find the money to pay for them. A lot of things. So if he really thinks that he needs you and he's willing to commit to you and sacrifice for you and do all of the things for you, he'll find a way to provide that meal for you. If he likes you and he cares about you, he's going to find a way to make it happen. And that's not just a provider mindset. That's a green flag for a whole lot more. This is only hard to hear for the men who don't want to hear it. There's a lot of men who will love to hear this. If he's not willing to provide or invest or sacrifice or find a way, it's a warning sign. If a man does not possess a certain type of mindset, he's going to bring chaos to your life. He could provide the meal and still bring chaos. This is not what this is about. It's if he doesn't, then you can almost always guarantee that chaos will ensue. Or that you're making a crazy amount of sacrifices so it doesn't. Said it.
Bank of America's Better Money Habits study found 53% of Gen Z men spend $0 a month on dates. That's the majority, over half. A cultural majority of young men has already made the financially celibate choice, without the label, without the manifesto, without coordinating on a subreddit. They just looked at the pricing and stopped buying. The movement didn't create the behavior. It named what was already happening in living rooms and bank accounts across the country.
So what do you think about a coffee date as your first date?
I think that's good. I feel like the first date, for me, it doesn't matter. Like, if you take me to a taco truck, I'll take it. If you take me to Moxie's, I'll take it. Carbone, okay. If we sit on the street and eat, that's fine.
So what if a guy's like, listen, I'm gonna take you on a date, but I don't want to spend no money on you? What would you say about that?
I'd say, okay, let's go to South Beach and sit and talk to each other.
You're okay with that?
Yeah. To me, I feel like that's no problem. That's why I said women are superficial. They'd be like, oh, no. Like, not including myself, but at the same time, Miami's so superficial. And, like, especially women being superficial, like, oh, like, I want him to have a BMW, money, and all this shit. It's like, do you even have that for yourself in order to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the men are like, basically, all they want to do is like fuck, but at the same time, they're getting their wealth up. No, but at the same time, they're getting their wealth up, so they're having fun.
How does a good girl find the right man in this economy, in the state of Miami?
I feel like it's gonna come to you when it's meant to be.
So have you been looking?
The last 3 dates, first was like an e-commerce guy. He was super nice, but at the same time, all he wanted was to have sex. My last date, it's been so long. Like, it's been so long since I've gone on a date.
Okay. You got me there. First rule of dating, if you ask her out, you're paying. If she wants to split the bill and that's important to her, that's fine, but you need to be fully prepared to pay and pay in full with tip. Do you agree?
Every single time I bring up should the men pay or should they not pay for dinner on dates and stuff, people always want to act like access to your body is comparable to the cost of dinner. Oh, 50-50, so you don't owe him anything. If he paid, I wouldn't have owed him anything anyways, because dinner is not comparable to cracking. Let me tell you another thing. You paying is not going to keep a man from putting pressure on you or assaulting you if he's evil. Pushy, unstable men will do as they will, regardless of whether you go 50-50 or not. You covering $17 is not protecting you. If it's unreasonable to crack, then why is it reasonable for you to expect them to pay? Because the values are not comparable. Also, the criticism of me expecting a man to pay is that it's gender roles. Oh, so women only want gender roles when it benefits them. A man wanting to crack on the first date is not traditional gender roles. I don't know what y'all been smoking. If the man is actually subscribing to traditional gender roles on this date, then he 100% does not expect to crack. Can we just lay this argument to bed? I feel like it's so silly. There are other criticisms we can make about men paying, men not paying, but we're not gonna pretend cracking and dinner are comparable in value.
And here is the part that punctures the broke men argument before it gets warm. Millennials who do still date are spending $252 per outing on average, a 32% jump from the prior year. The men who are still spending are spending catastrophically more. The men who've stopped spending have simply done the math that the spending men haven't done yet. Financial celibacy isn't the behavior of men who can't afford the game. It's the behavior of men who've cleared their debt to a game that never paid out. CNBC.
Who pays on the first date?
I prefer to not pay on the first day. I prefer to split. I typically articulate that to them. I'll tell them, hey, I don't want this to come off as my interest in you at all. It's a gesture, and there's a lot of different, I think, other gestures that you can
What
do.
does it mean to you, that gesture of splitting?
To me, it's a expectation. Try to go into any relationship with as few expectations as possible. This societal norm of men paying on the first date, for me, it's an expectation, so it's not like an actual gift date where it's an actual gesture of like, hey, I'm interested in you, as opposed to this is what I need to do as a societal norm in order to access you as a human.
So on the second date, do you just offer to pay?
On the second date, I'll say, hey, I'd like to take you out to this place, where my language might be a little bit different on the first date. It might be like, I'm going to this place, I would love it if you joined. I don't typically ask. I typically just make invitations and then kind of state my kind of what I would love for to happen, rather than saying, hey, do you want to go to this place? But on the second date, I would do that. I would be more intentional about the language I use and say, hey, I'd love to take you out on a date. That's like an investment. You know?
Don't you think the woman wants to feel you're investing in her if she's going to go on a second date?
Do you think that the man wants to feel that?
That he's investing in the relationship?
That she's investing in the relationship. Shouldn't it be?
But maybe a woman views it differently.
Well, that's the rub, right? Is like, why can't men feel that as well?
The framing of financial celibacy as a movement in mainstream coverage is revealing. When women deprioritize men financially, refusing to pay, expecting to be treated, screening out men by income, that gets coded as healthy self-respect. When men apply the identical logic in reverse, it's a movement, a crisis, a troubling trend. The asymmetry is the tell. The same financial self-preservation instinct is patriarchy when men have it, and empowerment when women have it. Financially celibate men have noticed the asymmetry. That's the entire point.
The reason your man is not taking care of you is because you're too understanding. You're too much of an understanding girlfriend. Remember, my advice is what? Bad advice and bad advice only, so good girls scroll pass by. Your man will tell you, babe, let's go out and eat. And you'll say, anywhere cheap is fine. I don't even want to go to somewhere that is expensive. I don't want us to waste money. Or you even say, don't worry, give me the money. Let me use it to cook. How can I buy one plate of rice for 30K? It's too expensive. I don't want us to go and spend that kind of money. That's where for you. That's where for you with poverty. I get it. Maybe that's how you grew up. People were always managing. There was no money. money. Sometimes when money comes, before you know the money is finished. I know, I grew up like that too. But you carry that the same mindset into relationship, and now you're suffering because of it. You're removing the pressure from him, and you're still expecting him to step up. Baby, it's not going to work like that. Meanwhile, his side chick is not negotiating down. When he even tells her, let's go to this restaurant, she'll be like, I beg, that restaurant is too cheap. I don't want to stay in that place. Please, that hotel is too cheap. I don't want to stay there. Let's go somewhere more expensive. And of course, he has a side chick. Oh, you think so now only you? Go sit down there, my friend. I even saw one story that this man took his wife to a hotel for like a weekend getaway. And do you know what this woman did? She cooked from the house and she brought coolers of food, and he was hailing her. Hey, that's my wife. And she was like, yes, so I don't want us to buy food. I don't want us to waste money buying food here. You see? Instead of her to relax, enjoy room service, just chill, order food, order drink, chop her husband money. I mean, the man will carry her on the hotel, no business. He has brought his side chick there before, and she liked it. That's why I said, okay, let him even bring his wife. But guess what? She's doing, I am very hardworking. I'm not like other women. I'm going to cook and bring this food. I'm going to show you that I am a very good woman that can help you save your money. Baby, stop it. Now, after you've done all those save money mode things, you've done all of those things, you're now wondering why he doesn't show up for you. You're wondering why he's not spending money on you. You cause, if you keep behaving like low maintenance, don't be shocked when you get low effort, okay? That's all you're gonna get. Anyway, I'm tired of shouting. Change if you want. Continue if you want to continue. I don't care. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, leave me a really nice comment, and follow me if you're not following already. I love you guys, and you know what now? I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.
The moment that man stops paying for you, he does not like you anymore. The moment that man stops paying for dinners and things for you, he has moved on in his head. He's thinking about something else. He's thinking about someone else. He doesn't like you anymore. The minute that man starts bringing up 50-50 ideology, 50-50 in relationships, because I guarantee you they're not going to do it on the first few dates if they're trying to pursue you. As soon as he brings that up, know that his mindset has shifted. Know that he's not trying to pursue you anymore, and that is when your guard needs to be way up. That's when he's starting to surf out the other options. I didn't understand this until it happened to me, and then I realized in every relationship that went badly with me, this always happened. The guy always wanted to go 50-50 all of a sudden. Or he would bring up how, like, you know, he just believed in that. And I'm like, no. Best believe it did not last long after that due to my decision.
This was never really about them. The man who declines to spend $189 on a first date with a stranger isn't diminished by the decision. He's protected his capital for deployment, where the return is real. Every dollar not spent performing masculinity for an audition process is a dollar available for building the actual infrastructure of a compelling life. Build the life. The partners worth having are attracted to the life. The ones you'd have to purchase an audience from weren't worth the purchase price.
It's 2025. Does the man still have to pay for the first date? Yesterday, I was out with a bunch of my friends and this topic came up and I was like, what are we doing here again? Like, we already know the name of the game, like the guy pays. My guy friends, who I love and respect, some of them thought I was being so unreasonable to be like, I still think the man should pay for the first date and all subsequent dates. Some of my friends even were like, Kim, you're such a feminist. Like, why would you think that the girls shouldn't have to pay half? Like, it's equal. For me, as a relationship expert, I've always believed that the man should pay, and it's for 3 different reasons. Number 1, the woman always has more risk on a first date. Okay, she's walking into a situation where she doesn't know if the man is a predator or is gonna do something bad to her, is gonna become a stalker. It's so risky just for a girl to go on a first date. That's number 1. Number 2, the expense for a girl to go out on a date is just exponentially higher than it is for a guy. Outfit, your hair, the cost of your makeup, the upkeep to keep you looking and feeling the way that you do. It's just, and you might come at me and be like, you know what, like, you choose to do that, or the man has to put effort into his appearance too. But if we're being honest with ourselves, it is not the same. Number 3, men have generally more to gain from the relationship than a woman does. I think back to when I was married and I had about 2 years where I was either pregnant or acutely recovering from a pregnancy. Probably longer when you factor in actually like taking care of the newborn babies and breastfeeding and all of that stuff. So the actual investment that a woman has to make into a relationship comes later. gender and comes with like your bodily autonomy, your freedom, the way you look and feel literally and medically for the rest of your life. The risk and the investment is just so great that even the financial piece like can't fully compensate for you for the sacrifices that you're going to make potentially in this relationship. Now that doesn't mean that you can't be grateful when someone treats you to a beautiful date. That's a different story to be like, thank you so much for the beautiful dinner, or thank you so much for this wonderful experience. But when it comes down to it, I feel like for men, even if you meet this girl and you feel like you're not romantically interested in her, I think you do have a responsibility to pay, because as a society, the man should be the one investing in those initial like courting experiences. Just my 2 cents.
Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. Is financial celibacy a reasonable standard to hold, or does it push the pendulum too far in the other direction? Let me know in the comments.